Him too.
Me too, bro.
So you're a salmon boy, bro.
You're a salmon boy. Hell yeah,
Let me just say this. I don't even fully know what a salmon boy entails. I can tell you he's a salmon boy.
He looks like it.
He's absolutely a salmon boy.
For starters.
Welcome back to another edition of KFC Radio on the Barstool Sports Network. KFC Radio is presented by Mango SHOTTA. It is a mango jalapeno tequila. Lucky for me, I have the number one spokeswoman in the world for Mango SHOTTA sitting right by me. Jackie, how good is it?
It's honestly so good.
It is like, this is my drink. This is particularly a summer drink. Obviously, whiskey is my drink. But the spicy margarita, spicy mango jalapeno tequila, all that stuff is delicious. Having it in 52 proof, so a quick shot of that. You can pour it over ice, throw it in the blender we discussed.
Yep.
Maybe this nice weekend you can do a little
try that
blending.
this weekend.
Yeah, it is incredible, delicious, delightful. It is sweet as a mango, but you know what it is?
Spicy as a bitch.
But still spicy. No, it's still a spicy bitch.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
But still.
Imagine it was just something completely different. It's like, no, but delicious. It is sweet as a mango, but still a spicy bitch. What comes next? Take a SHOTTA with Mango SHOTTA. Like I said, it can be enjoyed by itself. It makes a killer spicy mango margarita. Also has a well-balanced flavor where sweet mango mixes with spicy jalapeno for a unique taste. Stay spicy with Mango SHOTTA.
I was saying my legs aren't shaved. I'm going to have that right now.
No way. I gotta see.
Come on.
Are they like noticeably hairy?
Yeah.
Are they?
It's not like the worst. Just stop looking.
No, like they're not noticeably hairy.
But like if you look close, just don't do that.
Literally, you could. I would have never in a million years.
Really? Like they're. Yeah.
That's why I don't get why girls always say that, because I would never notice.
Welcome back to another edition of KFC Radio on the Barstool Sports Network. We have a fantastic interview coming up right now with Marc Roberge, DJ Premier, and Brady Watt promoting their new song, OAR and DJ Premier. Is called Gonna Be Me. It's fantastic. I listen to it nonstop. If you want to listen to that interview, just skip ahead like 15 minutes. Until then, every motherfucker in here is getting their dick sucked. Kevin's not here right now. He's going to get it too. Pavs, you're going to be quick because you always get your dick sucked. But we had a sketch yesterday. Watching you and Owen fucking operate was unbelievable. It sucks to be you. You're officially a victim of your own success. It is. So the banana video's out. The banana video's out. Kevin and I, in the before, were like, I don't know, this idea sounds insane, but like, whatever. We'll do it. And as long as Jackie has to film herself, then that's good. It exceeded my wildest expectations. Now, you've been working here for like 4 years. I think this is probably the first video yours ever watched. You do the podcast.
Yeah,
I obviously don't watch the podcast.
This is like the first video.
Like, what have you ever edited that I would have seen that I'm not in?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Right? So this is my first time. You've obviously always been funny, so we liked you working here. It's awesome. It's like,
thank you.
The editing was fantastic. I texted you like the cuts in and out. The timing was so funny.
I know when you complimented my editing, I was like, this is a new feeling.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never seen you edit before. It's fucking good.
You should check out your podcast.
It was like, obviously you're so funny, and I don't know, like it's always hard to get you because like you're so funny naturally, and it's like, well, I don't know, it's kind of like a fear, like if we force her to be funny, does it stop being funny? So, well, we're going to talk about this more when Kevin comes back. That's for sure. But I know how YouTube algorithms work and all that shit. So go watch the fucking video now.
Thank you.
But I haven't even bothered Kevin with this because he's on vacation. I have an idea. I would like everyone's input on it. A new show, I guess. New segment, I guess, called Jack Attack.
Jack attack.
Whenever you have a jack attack, that's just some idea.
Yeah.
You come in that day and you're like, guys, I had a jack attack. How long from like conception of this idea to put it out? Was it like a month?
I mean, I like dragged my heels on this
But how long was it? Was it a month?
month.
A month. Okay. So I think that's perfect.
Okay.
We can stick with a month. You come in, you announce, guys, I had a jack attack. And then everyone knows from that day, we got 1 month. You have 2 weeks to make it work, 2 weeks to make the edit. You have to film yourself the whole time.
Yeah.
I volunteer myself. I volunteer Kevin to an extent. I don't volunteer Paz because we can't have him getting hurt. But I volunteer. I volunteer every woman in this office. Come on, I don't have control of their bodies. I volunteer pretty much everybody, no matter how many people it takes, whatever. If you have an idea that you think is funny, we get it done. But you have to film yourself getting it done, and that has to go out too, because that's going to be the better video.
This is something that like I do want to like, just because it was fun. Like I'm gonna stick with it. I'm gonna like try. I have like a few other ideas, but like, I don't know. Again, like none of them were good. None of them. We'll see what comes next. But I really appreciate that. I'm obviously gonna be awkward about it.
Yeah.
But I'll get it done.
Watching this process was incredibly fun. Jackie showed me like a new edit probably every day. The first time I watched it through, I was like, this one is going to need a lot of fixing.
Yeah.
And then 4 or 5 days later, I mean, it was incredible.
And also shout out Pat's help with that.
It was all Jackie.
No,
but,
it was not.
And then I watched the behind the scenes. And I was like, this is some of the best content Barstool's put out. In a very
The
long
behind
time.
it's
behind the scenes is fucking incredible.
It perfectly captures like you, which is a good like sometimes people are funny in person, they don't translate the camera, sometimes like the edit, whatever, I don't know, but like it was perfectly you in the sense like you did a great job in editing and in keeping your essence in it. Like it's chaos, but it's curiosity. Like being young and pretty, I'm sure you get like dumb a lot. It's definitively not dumb. It's curiosity and mania. Like,
it's mad scientist like, where it's like you have this idea, it's just you got to get it out. Like people are just born, like Oppenheimer's just born with this ability to just like that's what you have. It's a little bit different.
If you were to like count the times I said bananas, it would have been. Also, throughout the whole video, though, the one thing that somebody pointed out that like now I can't is I didn't ever say 1,200. I just said 1,200. It never occurred to me.
Watching it a bunch of times, I was like, she's like, no, 1,200. Like, 1,200. What the fuck
what I
does
realized
that
is
mean?
it's never really like. It was late in life that I learned that like 1,200 and 1,200 were the same things.
1,200 is such an adult thing to say.
Yeah,
like my parents used to say that. And
What are
like,
you guys, 10? 1,200 is fucking 1,200.
I think I was maybe 14 when I was like, oh.
No, the
I
most
didn't know
adult
that.
thing you could say is like quarter to 12. Just say 11.
Quarter to 12,
Say
yeah,
11:45. Yeah.
Yeah. There's probably more.
I think we got off the rails a little bit here.
Point is that like that's probably gonna ruin the video for you, but like I forgot where I was going with that.
It's funny. It's fantastic.
So
it's tremendous. Now, time for the negatives of it.
Okay.
There was only one. It was in the whatchamacallit? Fucking
Main.
no.
Oh,
it was in the promo clip, the trailer.
Yes.
And you say there's only one person I know who's crazy enough to get into bananas, John Feitelberg. What's this wacky guy gonna do? It felt like an MTV
you know what it was is I watched like Mr. Beast videos before because I was like it's the most thing, and like I think it got ingrained in me, and then I went and like it was very much like a clickbait, like
who's the only person crazy enough to step in bananas?
That's so fair. And I think I had a line before then that was like also like like yeah, like and my one thing, bananas. That's so true. Yeah, that but it introed it well.
It did intro.
And
well.
you're the only one crazy enough. I know. The main one was also so like you're not gonna ever watch it, but like you're so funny in it. Like,
I'll be honest. I walked away from that day going, I don't know how that went. Like, I don't know if that was funny. I don't know, but I knew we had all that mattered was we had the behind the scenes video. But I was like, I don't know. That could have been funny. That could have been a disaster.
I chopped down like 30 minutes into like 10 minutes. And I mean, the funniest parts, it's mostly just like a compilation of you like splashing around and laughing in it, which is so funny. Like you laughing in it, it's just like your laugh too. It doesn't even have to be like you in a pool.
The original edit
so
that
much.
you gave.
Now that you're mentioning, I'm going to
so
start
much splashing.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
much
yeah.
splashing. Just so many
it was
noises.
Bad. Yeah, it was bad. I had to go through and be like, this is like kinky. Like, I have to take this out. This is too much. And I was like, oh, sorry, I didn't like.
The first like 5 minutes, I'm laughing constantly, and then Jackie's like, it's hard to like watch somebody else's work when they're right next to you.
Yeah, for sure.
And then it went from laughing to just like this like half smile for about 5 minutes.
Like,
where you're just
That's how.
around.
Honestly, I expected the whole video to be that.
It was so
Yeah.
good.
The
though.
like
Yeah.
That's kind of how I felt in the tub. I'm like, am I doing anything? I don't really know.
I didn't really like realize because I was so desensitized to it. But like, first of all, it was a big ask for me to ask you to get in this tub of bananas.
It's
So
like
thank you for doing that.
it really isn't. There's a lot of people are wacky enough to step in bananas.
No one is wacky.
What's this crazy guy gonna do next?
That's so true. Yeah, but like also like if you haven't, I don't know, always been sexually harassed your whole life, then like it would probably strike harder. But like it was looking back on it, I was like, oh, did I just like was that an HR violation? But,
I feel like I was sexually harassing everybody. It was like, everybody look at me get this tub of bananas.
I feel like during the process, I was sexually harassing all the like in the explanation. I feel like I was sexually harassing everyone because I would be like trying to like figure out how many bananas to fit. So I'd be like, there was multiple times I said to people I just didn't like. I wasn't thinking. I was like, wait, I need something that's like about 8 inches long. What's like banana shape that I could use right now? And then
Anything on you that's banana.
like I just
Not me, maybe that guy.
Anyways. Yeah.
Okay, that is another negative. This one's not about the behind the scenes. I just happened to be looking at the YouTube page because I was getting the link. Because that's another thing you didn't do because you don't promote anything and all that good stuff. Like the one little tip that I don't even do, but I've seen people do and I think is great. When you make a video, just send it to everyone who's in it. And then,
smart.
And then it's just like, hey guys, thanks for the help. Here's the video. And then people will, just because most people are good
Just
people.
a group chat, you, me, Meek, Phil.
But since I had to go myself and do the arduous task of finding the
So
YouTube
sorry.
link, I also saw our last episode.
Yeah.
I know that you're not in charge of the headline. Like, we break down the summer games. Is that what we did?
No, I am in charge of
Is
this.
that what the podcast was?
What else
We
did you want
broke
me to
down the summer games. Hey guys, couple experts here talking the summer games.
Some wacky guy. I didn't know what else. I didn't know what else to title it. What would you?
I don't know. I like that. Yeah, that's a world I don't.
It's all about
understand.
SEO.
So it's SEO.
Which I saw a podcast yesterday titled Olympics.
Yeah.
I was like, how are you guys able to title that? Yeah.
You're not allowed to say the O word.
Yeah.
Olympics.
Yeah.
Olympics. Not allowed to say it. I don't know if you're allowed to say it. You're just not allowed to write
I think
it.
we can say it. We just can't.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to keep saying Olympics. Like, I'm gonna,
Like, not
when
to
I want
bleep
to, I'm
out.
going to write Olympics. Because that's what's happening right now. It's the
You
Olympics.
like go in now that you know where the YouTube is. You go and you change the title.
The fucking Olympics. We'll talk about the Olympics very briefly. We talked about the Olympics for about the opening 7 minutes of the show.
Okay, but we talked about the Olympics more than anything else. Actually, we talked about like smells for probably.
Yeah.
All right. Last blowjob. Well, last two blowjobs. Steve, you get a blowjob. You're great all the time. You're
Appreciate that.
fantastic.
Thank you.
Love the last blog. What's the best inning of life? Steve's the greatest. Kevin's not here. Kevin's getting a blowjob real quick. He's so good talking music. It's crazy. This interview you're about to listen to is again Marc, Brady, DJ Premier, me, Kevin. It is mostly Kevin and DJ Premier being like peers discussing music. It's awesome. It's fun to be like sit there and like watch Kevin dazzle. I feel like it happens every time we have either a producer or a rapper on. They're always like so surprised by his wealth of knowledge and insight into rap. It's really good. It's very, as someone who's obviously like not a rap guy, it was incredibly interesting. So I hope you enjoy the interview. That's good. Go watch the banana video, or not the banana video, the behind the scenes of the banana video, or watch both. I don't care.
Thank you. That was so nice. I don't think I've ever had an episode with you guys where I've been like complimented.
Jackie's legs are so hairy though. All right, on to the interview. Summer is sadly coming to close. I think today's August 1st now. So final month of summer, the home stretch. No better way to do that than with Omaha Steaks. You can celebrate more than 100 years of the world's best steak experience with 50% off site-wide during their anniversary sale. Get famously fork tender filet mignons. They are genuinely delicious. They got bacon wrapped ones as well. Handcrafted, extra aged to maximize tenderness. I always tell this story because it is the best advertisement I think you can get for Omaha Steaks. I got my uncle an Omaha Steaks once, like 5 Christmases ago, maybe more than that. It's still the only thing we talk about. He just goes, hey, that was so nice of you to get me those steaks. I've only done it once. And he just keeps bringing it up. So if you are looking to maybe make an impression on a family member or just enjoy steaks, this is the way to go. You will enjoy big summer savings on premium pork and chicken, scrumptious sides, and, of course, decadent desserts. The apple tarts. 5 generations of family-owned expertise means uncompromising quality you can trust. Every steak and every entree is flash frozen, vacuum sealed, and ready to prepare whenever you are. All backed by Omaha Steaks. Unconditional 100% money-back guarantee. Order today at omahasteaks.com. Get an extra $30 off. It's already 50% off site-wide. We'll throw an extra $30 off. That's a couple steaks right there. Extra $30 off with promo code KFC at checkout. Minimum purchase may apply.
What a combo we got on the couch here. We got Marc Roberge, Brady Watt, and DJ Premier, which feels like a fever dream, like something. I don't even know how this came to be, but for someone my age, a white dude who grew up at my time period who loves rap, I don't know how this fucking song came together, but it's like a dream come true. Yes. So please give me the backstory on that, because it's a wonder, man. And it's a great track.
I was at a Rangers game with DMC of Run DMC.
Okay.
He had been telling me, I got to shout out Heather B, which I'm sure you're familiar with her as well, but even before DMC, Heather B and her father, God bless him, he passed away, but he used to always be like, you got to come to a hockey game to really enjoy it. Don't worry about watching on TV. Come to a game. Me and DMC worked on a Madison Square Garden anthem, and that led to the people that are affiliated with the Rangers as well to invite me to a game. And DMC loves hockey.
Really?
So, yeah, him and his son. And they're really into it. So he's like, you got to come see it. I came with him. I started doing the I'm like, what's that song? You know, like that's how much I got into it.
For sure.
I went to another game with him, and that's when I met Marc. You know, they have the suites, and during halftime, everybody goes in there, grabs the food, and you spotted me, right?
Yeah. I saw him from a mile away.
Yeah.
And I'm like...
Had you guys known each other at all, or
no.
you were just a fan?
I'd known DMC through working in the city and doing fun, because he's such an amazing charitable dude, right? So, like, we're always not running into each other.
Yeah.
And my wife and I are standing there, and I give her an elbow, and I look, and she knows immediately. Like, she's a huge hip-hop head. She's worked at labels. She knows. And she's like, say something. And my old me would never, say a word. I would leave immediately. Like, oh my God. So I said, not today, motherfucker. I went over there. I said to him, I go, I'm Mark. I'm in a band called OAR, and when we came out and played the Garden the first time, we walked out to Work by Gangstar.
Oh shit!
Guru, rest in peace.
What
you
a
know what I
beast.
mean? And just like basically, I think I caught him off guard.
Yeah.
You didn't expect him to know that, did you?
Not at all.
Now wait, did you know OAR?
Not yet.
No, okay.
Not yet. Yep.
And you probably checked in with DMC, like, who's this guy?
Yep. And then on top of that, I do like to do my homework, and I grew up on so many genres of music. You know, obviously I'm older, so I wasn't born into rap music. It didn't exist yet. And,
Right.
So,
I mean, you helped make it. So,
so
you've also probably listened to more songs than like anybody alive with just like the style of beats that you make, right? I mean,
Yeah.
how many records have you?
we was
had
raised
to
on so
just-
much, and I
right?
have older sisters, so my older sister was into the Beatles and the Bay City Rollers, Saturday, records like that, Carly Simon and the Eagles and AC/DC. So I got that chunk, and then my other sister was into the more funk stuff, and then my mother was an art teacher, so
Right.
she was into what pretty much all of us are raised on around our parents, and in that generation we liked our parents' music. We weren't like, oh, that's old folk stuff. We had nothing else. And then as hip hop started to come out, obviously that's when the rebellion and that ain't music, that's noise.
Right,
and
right.
it took some convincing, but obviously later on it caught on. And I'm from the era of new wave music being big, and MTV just coming out, where you really saw videos and all the artistry and stuff. And I just took to all of that. So to blend in with where this came to now, it just automatically was easy to fit in, no matter how it was going to be developed to make a song.
And did I hear you? I think you told me this correctly. That this was the first time you ever singing on a song. Your vocals are on.
We
the song?
got you recording singing in the studio in New York.
I forgot about that. 'Cause I think when y'all film me, I'm going, I sound horrible.
You got that deep voice, man. I'm sure it sounds great.
Because
Yeah.
as a producer, I can tell you how to sing it and hit that note and go, right there. But for me to sing it, no. I never liked
I thought it was
my
good.
voice.
It was a moment.
Yeah.
We filmed the hell out of
Can
it.
we delete that footage?
No, we gotta blast that out.
No, I told him,
Forgot
no matter,
about
we will
that.
never put anything out with you first.
Come on, Primo, give the world, let the world see Primo on in front of a mic on
Yeah, I
the
gotta
track.
find
Come
out
on.
who has the footage, who has it on a drive.
But he's in there. He's in the song.
Forgot
So it was
about
like,
that.
we were at that game. We talked about, one day, right? And then the years later, we're at Howard Stern show doing
Oh, so
something.
this I thought. So it took a while for this to come
Yeah,
together.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
years
So
that-
prior.
okay.
Yup. We get to the Howard Stern show. We're doing some stuff, and Ian manages Primo. He's there. He's saying, let's do something together. And he says, there's this dude Brady Watt, and I'm like, I know Brady Watt, Bass and Bars. Like, I know that
Yeah.
series, and I
Yeah,
know
yeah,
what
yeah.
he's doing. I've seen him. Let's
Such
do
a
it.
cool combo.
He pulls up FaceTime. He's on FaceTime. We remember each other. It's like, okay, let's meet in Queens. We go to Queens to his studio, and we write a song in one day. So we sit down and start writing this song about friendship, about being in a band, being a musician on the road, like real deal shit. Like, what it takes to actually make it work is like a lot of understanding. And I think you originally weren't even going to be on it.
Yeah, we were just saying one day we'll do something later, So, and I hear them in the live room, just kind of getting the vibe, and he's singing lyrics, and he's playing the guitar. So I start going, in the hallway. So I was like, maybe I could just do a little programming of that pattern.
Sure.
And then I said, hey, you want to see if y'all could add it to this? And then that's what happened to the build up, and all of a sudden I was involved.
It was like in Bronx Tale. I was like, now you can't leave.
That's crazy to just have like a brain work that way, where you just hear something and you're like, I know the beat for this.
Yeah,
Like that's obviously something I'll never understand.
Yeah, no, it's even when I talk to some of my friends I grew up with, they're like, so how do you write a song? I'm like, it's so many different ways. You can either make the track first or have no track, and the blank canvas is the best way to have nothing, and it just turns into. And that's totally what happened.
I heard you once describe it as like not producing a beat, but tailoring a beat.
Tailoring it,
yeah, like for every individual person.
Mm-hmm.
But that's interesting though, because I also feel like you have such a distinct sound that like everybody always knows a Primo beat when they hear it.
Right.
But within that sound, you're tailoring it to that person each and every time.
Yep, it has to feel like they go together for that particular artist. Everybody's voice, the way they look.
Yeah.
All that
Really?
goes into it, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, if you got green
And
shoes,
so
I'm
when-
going to make a green shoes beat.
I was gonna say, so you're like undressing everyone as soon as you see him.
Yep. He's like,
What was the
you
first
are not
song?
dressed yet.
You saw Mark. You're like, what kind of beat? He comes up to the Rangers
what-
game.
what
He's like, yo,
beat is
huge,
Marc Roberge?
huge Gang Star fan. What's the beat?
Well, the fact that we met it during halftime, I mean, maybe I was eating a KFC. Who knows? And I said,
So wait, what'd you think of hockey, by the way? So you're all in on the Rangers now? Are you a Rangers fan now?
Yeah.
Okay.
It like I said, it did take me into a different level because I'm more of a baseball, basketball, football
Who
guy.
are your teams?
Everything's Houston.
Houston, right?
Yeah,
right.
born and raised.
It's so
in
fun.
Texas.
I mean, I think of you as like New York, but it's all Houston.
Yeah. Like I support the Yankees out of baseball. Everybody says I'm a
Get out!
Yankee.
Get out! Get out!
Yeah,
Here, I thought I was a fan. Get out!
Hey, well, look, the Mets are banging on them.
Yeah,
both
man,
Subway
last night was
series
a
right
big
now.
one.
Let's see
That
what
was a
happens
good one.
tonight.
You should put your hat on.
I think my kids every Father's Day, my kids get me. They're young, and they get me a new hat, and it's like size 8, and it's like
that's
sitting like
super
this
big.
on me. So I have
The
to wear it all
90s,
time.
the 90s look.
Yeah, exactly. Beats and bass was that your idea? Like, is that
Bass and bars.
yeah, bass and bar. Sorry.
Yeah, so bass and bars. So first off, I've been in Preem's band for like I think probably 10, 11, 12 years now. That's how I worked my way into the scenario. I was doing my thing as a freelance bass player and producer in New York City.
Yeah.
I moved to New York in 2008 from New Hampshire to just make the music thing happen. In
Whereabouts
an era
in New
where-
Hampshire?
What's that?
Whereabouts in New Hampshire?
Nashua, New Hampshire.
Nashua? All right.
Yeah, and I woke up on the tour bus this morning in New Jersey. We were in New Hampshire last night.
Okay.
We just steal people.
Yeah, I was gonna say you got kidnapped. That's what you guys do. OAR will just kidnap people and take them on the road.
That's where we're at. And originally I was doing one song on the tour, just going out doing "Gonna Be Me," and then it turned into 2, 3, 4. I think I'm doing 5 now. I'm doing Crazy Game of Poker. Singing,
Hell yeah, let's
shredding
go.
the bass. Me and
Yeah.
Benj are going at it. It's just a phenomenal dream come true, and some of the biggest shows I've ever done. Me and Preem have rocked some really big shows too.
I'm sure.
Over
man.
the years, we've toured the world together. Preem's one of my best friends. I lived with him for 2 years.
So what was that?
This is all outside of music.
That was
like,
during COVID
cool.
too. That was a movie.
Yeah.
He's the best.
You guys
we
were living
didn't get in
together
one
during
fight, dude. He's one of my best friends in life, man. Yeah, we were good.
Yeah,
I think I left a shit in the toilet one time. He was mad about that. He still brings that up.
I would too, man. What do you
Nah,
want? You just
dude.
didn't flush
The
it?
flusher was broken, bro.
He
knows
knows
that.
that you couldn't. You made it sound like you just got up and left.
Hell no.
I'm very mechanical and handy and stuff. So I showed him like if it ever acts up, this is how you fix it. He must have forgot, and I came home. I was out of town, and as soon as I walked in, I'm just like, "What is that smell?"
Jesus
And I'm like, and I have a very good sense of smell, so I followed the smell. And as I went down to the basement, and I looked, I said, "Yo!" And I called him like, "What the fuck?" And he's like, "Yo, the toilet wasn't working, but it had probably been there like 5, 6, 7 days."
Oh, man. You made a fucking stew, dude.
Dirt dog. Oh my God.
What's so crazy? It didn't melt. It was still solid.
Still solid, baby. Still solid after 5
Bro,
days.
I would burn the house down.
That's a fuck. Yo,
Blow
in
that
my
toilet
defense, I got no sense of smell.
Apparently,
I've
yeah.
never had a
No,
sense
he
of
really
smell.
does not.
That's not a defense.
I can't smell nothing. Nah, but I mean, dude,
If you have
the
no
flusher
sense
was
of
good.
time, maybe, or no sense of days, maybe. But still, it doesn't really, relieve you of this one.
So anyways, where was I? So other than that, we were good, man. We lived together for 2 years. Because COVID, I got stuck in New York. I was out here. I'd started bass and bars. I'd moved. First off, let me rewind it. I was living in Harlem for 10 years, doing my thing. I'm a New Yorker at this point, man. You know what I mean? I've been here for a long time. Been through a lot of shit. Been a professional musician the whole time. I never had a job. Like the last time I had a job, I was busting tables at Babo in downtown. I got fired for not memorizing the cheese menu. Wow. This is the last job I ever had.
Wow.
And from then
That's
I was
a great
just,
way to just fuck it. Fuck the cheese
dude,
menu. I'm out. I'm
I'm
gonna go
right
be a
back in the
musician.
village. I'm hitting up the open jams, the open mics, hitting Craigslist, putting ads up on telephone poles. Like I've been freelancing forever, man.
Right.
So, and built that up. Me and Primo met. we had the band tour all over the world. And,
So wait, what year did you guys meet?
Wow, that had to be 2011 to 2012, because my son was almost 1. So yeah, that a band he used to be in with the LL Cool J signed years ago. It never materialized, so they just went their separate ways. The guitar player in that band was helping me run sessions, and one day he brought him in to play bass on a session. So when he walked in, I'm a bass player, so when I saw his bass, I'm like, yo, what kind of bass is that? And that turned into, who do you like? And we like the same bass players, and that started. He was like, if you ever need me for anything, here's my number.
Smart man. I would do that too. By the way, if you ever need me, I can't play bass, I can't make beats, I can't sing, but if you need anything, Primo, I got you.
I didn't think we would work though, because Preem doesn't need anyone, bro.
Well,
that's what people.
Yeah.
There's a lot of differences in producers. Preem puts a hoodie on,
does it all.
MPC, he does the bass, he does everything. So he's my favorite producer since I was a kid. So I just wanted to meet him.
How old are you?
I didn't think we'd ever work. I'm 38.
Yeah, I mean, I'm 39. It's like,
It's just.
And I'm 58.
Dude, I thought you were. I literally thought you were 27.
This whole time? Blew my mind. I've been treating you like a kid, bro.
He's like, you've been living here since 2012.
No, Mr. Nice Guy.
He doesn't know how many days, you don't know how many years, you don't know what's going on.
I woke up in New Jersey this morning at 11:20. I had no idea what was going on.
Yeah, I mean, that, like, for someone our age to link up with Primo is
ridiculous.
As a musician, it's
And he knew
literally the greatest thing that can happen to
You
you.
can't even put it's ridiculous.
Yeah, like, never in a million years you thinking that's happening.
Yeah.
And
And he knew all my stuff, like really knew
Deep,
it.
yeah.
So
Yeah, the bass and bars thing is killing, because you got to see it. Taking an artist like Warren G, bass guitar, Warren G.
I didn't realize that was you when like the same guy from the song.
Right, yeah. So when
that's
I
such
met
a great
him,
series.
Yeah, when I met him, I'm like, I know you. Then you dig deeper into it, and there's like 60 or something episodes at this
60
point.
Yeah.
episode 60
Yeah,
of
so
Arrested
it's like-
Development.
yeah.
It's crazy. These are like
that's
your
a dream too.
Yeah.
Who's your top?
Just such an
your
honor.
number one?
Everyone is an honor to do it, man. I meet these people and we create together. I learn from each one. I prepare a lot going into it. I deep dive. Lead up to Warren G, I was just deep diving the G-Funk and the old school
Especially for
gangster
bass. I
West
mean,
Coast
the
stuff.
G-Funk, like playing Regulate, bass has
man.
got to be sick.
It's just
And
it's an
wait,
honor to
that
do it.
started, you did that on your own, or you guys started that together? That was
My manager Ian Schwartzman gave me the idea.
smart.
And he's helped out, a lot. He manages me and Primo. We're all a team, and I had a Rolodex after playing with so many rappers for all these years. That's kind of where I found my niche. I'm on a ton of records.
Sure.
Yeah, I could list them off, and
Yeah.
so at the beginning I just started hitting people that I know, and then Primo made some big calls. He called Evidence and he called MC8, and we were like, let's just try this out, bass and vocals. So we showed up, and it was just magic, man.
Yeah.
I was in Alchemist Studio doing the first episode. We did 10,000 hours, and then I shot MC8. We dropped those, and they just went crazy, man, because I've been releasing music solo for so long.
Yeah.
And when you put something out that is right, it just goes crazy. It's so obvious. You're like, oh, dude, like I've never had this type of reaction. So then we went hard. He hit up. I hit up Talib Kweli. I've been in his band forever.
Very cool.
He hit up Exhibit. And that just says
you
it
can
all.
hit up literally anyone you want.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, Preem calls
you're
any
royalty,
of these
dude.
rappers, and they're like, "Oh shit, it's Preem."
Well, that's what I mean. Like you could,
And then he's like, "Yo, I need you to do something for me," and they're like,
Okay. Yeah.
So that's why Bass and Bars worked, bro. It was a team effort.
One of the
man.
best ones was getting Chuck D to do Fight the Power, because I was shooting a video with Public Enemy, and then he comes to shoot the video in my studio in our live room, and he's like, "Man, I'm a little hungry." I said, "There's a restaurant upstairs that we always eat at," and I was like, "Hey, I wanted to show you this." And I showed him the Bass and Bars episode, and he was like, "Hey, let me finish eating, and I'll shoot one." And he shot it the same day.
Wow.
shit.
That's what you got to do, right? Like, make it happen right then and there.
Yeah, we had
the
the
key.
set set up just in case he wanted to do it. And it was funny because he finished eating, put down his silverware. He's like, "All right, I'm ready." I was like, "Okay." I was eating too. I'm like,
Yeah.
"Just do it, man."
I was listening to another podcast you were on. You were talking about you were in the studio with Biggie, and just like eating and drinking, shooting dice, playing for like an hour or like 8 hours, and then he was like, "I'm ready. Let's go."
And I'm like, "Are we doing the record or we're gonna come back tomorrow?" He's like, "Oh, I'm ready now." I'm just like,
are studio sessions like often like that, where you're like I guess it depends on who the person is or was, but
like with Biggie, I didn't know if he wrote or not. He's just messing around drawing little figures and stickmen. And
so you're thinking he might not even be working right now.
And
the whole
that's
time
when Bacardi Limon came out.
Yes, that's why I brought it up.
Yeah,
I heard him say he was like, "This is when Bacardi Limon first dropped."
And so that was the new
Bacardi Limon.
That was the new hip hop drink.
I can't even be in the same room as Bacardi Limon anymore. It's the first time I ever got drunk, and it was like all the rappers talking about it. It was relatively new, and I drank. I split a bottle with my buddy. And for the first time you ever drink, you drink half a bottle of Bacardi. I threw up in my buddy's mom's shoes, and I was like, "I'm never touching that again." But it's just hilarious to think about, like you guys in the studio being like,
"That was a new hip hop drink at that time in the '90s." You know, then later on, Hypnotic came out. Whatever's new, if it's said in a rap song, everybody's drinking it.
You said Biggie was drawing like sketches and stuff.
Just little stickmen and just little, just doodling around, but no lyrics. And I was just figuring. We'll do, but we're used to let's come back tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then by the time 8-9 hours pass, I'm like, "You want to just come back tomorrow?" And he's like, "Oh no, I'm ready." And he goes right in there and does the lyrics to Unbelievable.
And nothing written.
No paper. No. And I've seen people even on social media. Some people like, man, I've seen them with paper. Not with any of the songs I did with them. Never had paper. Jay-Z, I've never seen him with paper.
Crazy.
I've heard that. So
is
that real?
Unless they memorize
sometimes
it.
people like.
How is that even possible?
I know it's nuts to me to be able to.
Every Jay-Z record, same thing. He just walked. He would describe what he wants. I tailor it. He goes, "That's it. All right, turn the mic on."
I've seen a couple videos like that of other rappers and other producers too, Timbaland, and when a guy hears a beat that he likes. And you see, like, it's just like go time, and that to me is one of the coolest scenes in the world. Like a producer and a rapper linking up on something that they both are like, "This is it."
Yeah,
crazy.
Everybody got their method.
What was like your? Was there a beat or an album or something that like that kind of made you like hip hop royalty? Like, was there one? Was there a point where it was like
that made me royalties,
where everyone was like, "I need a primo beat"?
I mean, to me, around '92, after we did the Gangstar Daily Operation album, and that's when Take It Personal and Dwick came out.
Yep.
And then on top of that, when I got the call from KRS-One to do Return of the Boom Bap,
that makes sense.
Which is still weird now because he said that before any records were made, he said, "I want to do an album called Return of the Boom Bap." And now people categorize our style of hip hop as boom bap. Now you have trap, you have drill, but the people say boom bap as one of the categories.
I mean, if you say boom bap, he's synonymous with boom bap.
Yeah, but after working with KRS and I'm idolizing him, and he's trusting me to be a almost 90% of the production, along with me and Kid Capri and Showbiz and himself, because KRS makes beats. Then the calls just started coming, like nonstop.
Yeah. And then and you, is that just like a kind of a business negotiation where it's just like, I'll tailor it for you, and
I thought that's what everybody did. Everybody was like, "Give me a beat CD," and you send them 30 beats and they pick. I want 10 and number 2 and number 1, and they do a record.
Right.
I'm used to just saying, "Meet me at the studio and let's cook it right there." And that's all I know.
Yeah.
So I'm used to that method because that's how it was. The labels were cool back then. They were like, "Oh, we're gonna fly them up and meet up with you if they're from out of town." They're like, "Take them out to a club and just turn the record in." They're just like, turn the record in, and that's what we did. We could take them out to a club, have a good time, bring them girls to hang out at the house, and the next day the record's done. Everybody's happy, and everybody's just like, "Damn, that was easy."
That's crazy that they don't do that anymore.
Everything is email it, and
when you're talking about like making art, like I know with like since the writer's strike in TV. It's been a big thing that they don't let the writers on set anymore because they don't want to pay them. I'm like, well, then how the fuck can you make art if you can't like see how the other person's working and how like
and you wonder why all these shows suck? It's like
and it forces you. And honestly, that led us into our situation because it forces you to say, all right, fuck it, we'll do it. And by we'll do it, it means we'll hire our own staff. We create essentially a label of like amazing people who want to work with you and want the long game and want the record. So we all have teams like that, and we ended up in Queens at his studio because we wanted to hang out. We hung out all day long. We made the song. It was like done. No one went in with any idea. We just had time. Because there's no label counting, you know, because they're not spending any money anymore. Right. You spend your own money because of the art, and it's kind of going back to what it was supposed to be.
But it's almost like any relationship where I almost think like even in you know the age of apps and like Tinder and stuff like that, where like you got to be in the room with someone to really get to know them, to realize how they want to work.
FaceTiming with doctors and shit. It's like this
is
all a joke.
It's my number one like old person thing. I have many of them, but my number one is like if we're not in a room, we can't fucking work together. It doesn't make sense to me.
When we had to do FaceTime interviews for the podcast, it was one thing, like we have to. And then it even opened up some doors where it was like this person's on the West Coast, they would never be on the show, but now they're willing to jump on. And if you have a good connection and headphones and a mic and fine. But then COVID was over, and everybody still was like, "Oh, I'll just FaceTime." And I'm like, "Bro, you're from Jersey. Like, give him the fucking, like, come in." And it just is not the same. There's a little bit of a lag, and everyone's stepping on each other's. It's just a nightmare.
So that's what music's supposed to be, right?
Especially music, you kind of like a jam session. You fuck around, you freestyle, you figure it out, right? Like,
and I think with most people with music now, it's at the point where I can tell. It's not that new artists are amazing to me. I mean, I could learn so much from a new artist. That's one thing I'm wide open to, is just learning. But there's something about veteran musicians that when you get into a studio, you don't even have to talk about 80 things. This is over here, do this, do that. Yeah. It's just like you're self-regulating everything. You're not going to say an idea unless you've already beat yourself up over it 50 times. Say, hey, Primo, check this out.
I would not.
What do you think of this beat, man?
I could never, even if I was like ultra confident in whatever, I could never be like playing music for someone else, or you're like, what do you think of these lyrics? Oh my god,
especially
it better
someone
be fucking awesome
like that.
Who's heard it all.
Exactly.
Who do you think was like your best studio session?
I mean, for me, KRS-One it's such a big deal because before I had a record deal, this is who I'm looking up to, so that was one. I mean, the Biggie sessions were always funny because
he's a funny dude, right?
He was just naturally funny. Same thing with Big L. He just was naturally funny. So you're just laughing all through the session, and then he's writing incredible rhymes. And
I think there's a lot of overlap with comedy and rap. I think funny rappers.
We're all into the same things. I mean, from sports to music to even the adult world. It all is kind of in the same type of umbrella.
Sure.
I remember we went to one of the AVNs years ago.
Who's we?
Me and one of my guys.
Okay. Me and one of my guys. Me and someone with a wife.
But everybody's there. This was 50 Cent just blew up with his first album. He's got a G-Unit booth, and Flavor Flav is there, and Cypress Hill's there, and all of the actors, male and female, like, yo, I love you. When I work out and I play your records, and we play your stuff at the parties, and everybody's fans of everybody. Yeah. And that's when you know that it's the same thing with, like they say, if I cut him with a razor and I cut the blood is still red. It's not based on your color. I don't have brown blood and he has white blood.
Now to New Hampshire, maybe.
I got a nice brown shit.
I got a question for you guys. Obviously, such titans of the music industry. How do you find new music? Like, do you guys find it like we do? Like, are you Joe Schmo? Like, Spotify recommends it to you? Where do you?
No, I never get the recommendations. I will always be around either like younger folks hanging at the studio a lot. So at the studio where I'm lucky enough to be at, it's always they're making records on one end and writing records on the other end. So in that hallway is just people listening to ideas and making new stuff, and I'll say, what is that?
Yeah.
And that's always what it is. It's never, no one's recommending it to me. Because the second you recommend something to me, I'm like, nah, I'm good. I don't know why. I'm just an asshole. Like,
I get like,
why am I such an asshole?
I get like
Oh, you
that.
like something? I hate it.
So it has to be on my...
I'm like that sometimes too. My man it was like, check this out. Sometimes, but it's 50-50 because certain ones he put me on, I'm like, oh yeah, I like this. Certain ones I'm like, no. I will not work with them. But same thing, I put him on the stuff that I grew up on or what's good to me, and it's a healthy relationship, and it's healthy for us to learn from each other in that way because he's way back of a generation than I am. And then my son just turned 13, and he's like, Dad, listen to this. So, he put me up on Sexy Red,
So what does your son think about, like, when even just like these guys who are like just 20-something, so not even like really young,
Right.
Like the difference in rap music is crazy to me, right? Like I don't even think of it as the same genre anymore because what they like I can't stand, and what I like they're like, shut up, old man. What do you think about that?
It's crazy because he plays travel ball, so a lot of times when we got to drive to practice, he's like, we have our little thing because he'll go, can I have the Bluetooth? He just does it, and I'll go, no. And we just play this little silly game. He's like, Dad, Bluetooth. I finally let him hear it. Let him take the Bluetooth over, and like I said, he's playing Ski Yee, and then he's playing. I like Boss Man D-Lo. Like I love that record. Get in with me, and then he puts on I Ain't No Joke from Eric B and Rakim, and I turn around like.
Oh, you got that in your bag,
How you know about that? And then
does he listen to you?
Oh yeah,
okay,
yeah, but not a lot. But he likes my steez. He likes my steez. He likes Family and Loyalty. He likes Skills. He likes Dwick. He likes and these are ones he'll play. He loves Unbelievable from Big. Even when he's gonna warm up and he doesn't pitch all the time, but he's more of a clutch pitcher. So if he's on the pitch, he's like, play Juicy, but while I'm warming up, so stuff like that. So there's certain records he likes, but all the new stuff he'll put it on. He already knows the words, so I'm sitting there kind of just looking in the rearview mirror because he's sitting there doing the words, and
that would make me very proud. And my 13-year-old knew that kind of shit instead of the
I take a snapshot of everything he plays. And he's like, take a snapshot of this one too, and then I'll actually put it in my computer so that I have all this new stuff. And then all of a sudden you look up and
do you like it though?
So the ones that I put on, like I said, I love Boss Man D-Lo. Yeah, I love. I like Sexy Red. Everybody's like, she just twerks.
Has he ever listened to a song or not known it was your beat?
Not
like, does he always know it's you?
He's come to my gigs before and seen me DJ and stuff like that.
So he knows your catalog pretty well.
But enough. I know as he gets older, it'll even resonate more. But for the fact that even his first walk up, he came out to Bad Name, which was the new record that we did on our Gangstar album, the posthumous album that I did in 2019. And then after that, he came out to Wave Gods, where I did the scratches for Nas with A$AP Rocky and Hit Boy, and he's like, I want to come out to this. So,
that's got
to be cool.
A
cool experience as a dad.
Right now, Cream is his walk-up song from Wu-Tang.
So he does have good taste.
Yeah. Then he puts on Sade, and I'm like, hold on. Who put you on this? He goes, well, sometimes the YouTube makes the song come up, and I like this song. So even his own ear, he knows he's liking it, but he knows it's from my generation. So
what we just were listening to before you guys walked in? Akinelli, Put It in Your Mouth. I don't know how it came up, but I was like, do you guys know this song? And they were like, no. And I played it, and it's obviously horrendously offensive, but it's a bop, man. It's a song.
And it's comedic and real and well done.
They were talking about eating ass back then.
They were ahead of their time.
Way ahead of their time.
It's everybody's doing it now.
An educational thing, It's like a class.
The 90s, man.
It was a
Don't
great
ever
time.
remove us from life.
It was a great time, man. So the song, I like the vibe of. I feel like it's not very often you make songs about friends.
Right.
It's always love.
Yes.
It's always guy to girl. but just like the fellas.
Okay, so
hanging
this
out with
is-
the boys is underrated.
This is exactly what I'm glad you picked up on it. We put it in the parentheses, the friendship song, because we just wanted to drive home that like this is not a love song about person to person. This is about the crew.
Yeah.
Because everybody has it. For me, I can even right now I can hear the crickets in my backyard. My friends start to show up at the table. Someone's rolling something up. Someone's drinking something. Someone's hanging out, and it's like that's what the song's about.
Mm-hmm.
Those people, the ones that can just stop by. And there's very few and far between. You can just fucking stop
Or
by.
the ones you don't see them for like 10 years, but when you do, like you just slide right back in.
That's right.
I don't need to talk to you all the time, but like that. Those are maybe one hand you can count those on.
Yeah,
like
and
the
it's
real-
a slow burn
yeah.
in the song. If you really, if you let it ride and listen to it in that environment, even that's what it sounds like. And I think that's what he means by tailoring too toward this song. Was like he came in with an idea of that feeling. The guitar is the way it is for that simple purpose that you could play it sitting outside in your backyard.
Right.
You know, and I just wanted to kind of. I don't think there are enough songs about the boys.
No.
You know,
The boys, like, it's always love and it's always girls. It's like the boys is so much better.
And the Boys Are Back in Town is our last one.
That's the last one we got.
And that's a great one.
It's a great song.
Yeah.
But dude, I woke up last Friday morning by 8:30, 9 o'clock, whatever. Listened to the song right away. Immediately texted it to both group chats and friends.
Wow.
And exactly the kind of friends you're talking about, like friends I haven't seen, friends I tell, like literally my best friends, but people I'd like never talked to and don't catch up with that often. Cried in bed listening to it.
I love you.
It is currently if you open my Spotify, it's on repeat. It's just it's
God.
all I listen to in the shower every
bop.
morning.
It's a jam.
It's a fucking great.
We're
song.
so happy that people like it, and it was just genuine. We met. He took his guitar out of the case, played that riff. I said, "That's it." Literally in like 5-10 minutes, bro. It just happened, and we wrote the lyrics together. I thought about my friends from high school, very specific people, man, who I'm still tapped in with now. Some of them I'm worried about them sometimes. You know, not everyone's doing the best, man, and you can't talk to them every day, and I that hurts me some days, you know. But I just kept that group of friends in my mind, and he kept his group of friends in his mind, and the lyrics just bar for bar, just
It's
who's gonna call you who's gonna call you? Sorry, I've been singing this every single night.
Who are you gonna call when you ain't heard nothing but the silence is doing? It's like when you are doing your shit in New York or wherever you are, and you notice like nobody's checked up on me in a long time. You know
Like
what I mean?
if I died, it would take 5 or 6 days before people smell it.
Cream will smell it.
You know what I'm saying?
He'll fall right to the house.
I think Brady's dead.
Somebody's dead.
No, it is it's an exceptionally transportational song, not transformational. Like the moment you put it on, you're back in that backyard. I know exactly where I am.
Yeah.
You know that. And
Last
those are the
week
friends.
I was in Cooperstown, and you know the drive from there back to New York where the city part is. It's all these like just 1-lane roads. And I remember calling Ian and saying, "Yo, man, I've been playing this song. I think I'm on my 20th play." And because it just fit the road and made me just think about friends and just a whole bunch of stuff that you miss about what makes having good friends, you know, in your life be so great to live, you know. So
That blows my mind. Like, the fact he's listening. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
Yes, I can't even imagine. Like, it's you guys are so incredible in your own right, but then to think about like some of the sessions of the people and the songs that he's worked with, and then to work with you guys, it's just
crazy.
fucking. That's what I said. It's like a weird dream. It's like I just would never think of that happening. It's
that's when
it
I
just
had
happened. It was organic, and we've just been following it down. That's what's so cool about songwriting. You know, we wrote it that day. We had to build it from there, but I'm just glad that we followed it down, and now we're on the road playing it in front of thousands of people every night. All my friends that are in the audience with signs going nuts. Like, it's just absurd, man.
Yeah, like
my
he's
mom's
got-
in the audience last night. Like,
He's got his
crazy.
crew, his buddies called the Salmon Boys. He's leaving this out.
that's an inside
Salmon
joke.
They wear salmon clothes and
Shouts to the Salmon Boys.
the Salmon Boys. Let's go.
Let's cut them open. Let's find out. I think it's working.
Let's go. I'm bleed salmon. Yo, dude, yeah, no, that's an inside joke. 2 weekends ago, we had like a crazy reunion. It was my boy's 40th birthday, so all the gang, the boys from back in the day, all flew out. It's like, you guys better fucking be there. My best friend flew from Hong Kong.
No
for
shit.
the weekend, dude. End up staying 2 weeks to come to the Boston show. Might lose his job. So shouts to my boy Vinny, man. He just got back to Hong Kong. He's fucked up right now. I already know. So yeah, we were playing. We were having this awesome weekend. We took a nap because we were just getting banged up all day on the boat. We were up in Lake Winnipesaukee. Woke up. Donald Trump had been. The assassination happened while I took an hour-and-a-half nap and came downstairs.
Him too.
Me too, bro.
Dude,
so you're a salmon boy, bro.
Hell yeah, dude.
Let me just say this. I don't even fully know what a salmon boy entails. I can tell you he's a salmon boy.
He looks like it.
He's absolutely a
Just
salmon boy.
for starters.
He is pink.
Miss
Oh my
Pat,
God.
the comedian Miss Pat once said, "You're not white, you're pink."
Dude, so all that shit happened.
It's not just black people that call you pink. You call each other pink.
You call us pinks?
Yeah, he's looking around like, you guys.
A long time, years ago, I asked a black girl, "Would you ever go out with a white guy?" And she goes, "No, because they're pink."
The pinks is great.
I mean,
The blacks and the pinks.
Oh shit, man.
Yeah, no, you're a salmon boy though.
he said
He's
pink on his
initiated
own,
in the
so-
gang.
Let me just finish what it is. So,
Self-declaration.
Yeah.
the world had changed. We ate dinner. We go downstairs. We get on the Beirut table. Start going. And I look to my right. My friend's wearing this same fucking outfit. We both had denim hats on, salmon shirts, black shorts, and sandals. And we're like, what the fuck, dude? Like, what are the odds of this? You know what I'm saying? And then we started winning, and then we're like, Salmon Boys. And then we started like getting up and like jumping around and doing the like fish dance whenever we got in. So now it's catching, and now the OAR guys are like, Salmon Boys. It's just an absurd thing that happened, and now it's spreading.
And I'm
we
really
are.
sure when his last show of the tour comes, the entire band will be decked out, denim hats, salmon shirts. Yeah, let's go back to the denim hat. Do they sell denim hat? Where do you buy a denim
I don't know.
hat? I know it's 34th Street.
It sounds like something Charlie Day found under a bridge.
Oh, make sure you gotta boil it. It's gonna be boiled denim.
This guy knows. I got a question for you, Preem. When Kendrick Lamar puts out "Not Like Us" and it's a mustard beat, is that like? Is that something where it's almost like you're co-signing or picking a side, or like, if you know what I mean? Like, can you provide a beat in a battle and be impartial, or is that like?
Well, for that particular one, even for the Meet the Grams record that Alchemist did for Kendrick, they both didn't know that he
That
was
was
going to
like
use
a
them.
while ago, right?
So,
Yeah.
So it wasn't like that they said this is going to be for the battle against Drake.
That's fucked up, kind of,
You know
right?
what I'm
'Cause
saying?
it's like,
But he's such a big artist that you don't get angry. You're more like, oh man, no matter how it turns out, whether he loses the battle or wins it, you got another joint with somebody of that caliber. So
Right.
even if Drake was the winner of that as well, it's the fact that they're using your track for something major.
but is that would that be something like you would call Drake and be like, yo, by the way, like, we're still cool?
Oh, if
or like would
you
Drake
talking about
even?
if I picked a side of who I like?
I'm just saying that, like, so Not Like Us, you know, is kind of like
Obviously blew up,
the
yeah.
nail in the coffin. The battle's over. Kendrick
Yeah.
won, and Drake is like, DJ Mustard, what the fuck, right? Or
Right.
is he like, I understand his business and like,
But just the fact that Mustard explained that, he didn't even know. When
Right,
it came, when
right.
it dropped
So,
and it
yeah,
went crazy,
yeah.
he's
You
like,
can't- you
shit,
can't.
I didn't know you were going to use that.
Yeah.
So he's not going to be like, yo, take it down, or man,
Sure,
you should
can't do
have, you
that.
should have told me. I'm
but I do
mad.
feel like you should.
Yeah, you should.
Should,
You
right?
should,
Yeah, but not everybody does.
But I mean, Kendrick is on such a level that he used one of my joints. It's going to carry because he's that big of a deal.
Yeah.
So
What'd you think of that whole battle?
it's good for hip hop.
Some people were saying like it went too far and got too messy, but I'm like, as long as everybody's
that's
still
what
alive, I think
happens.
it goes
I
as
mean,
messy as it gets. Like that's
if you're in it, you got to know why you're in it, and
Yeah.
know there's levels to, like they said, there's levels to this shit.
yeah.
So
I feel like that's why J. Cole kind of backed out.
And then he explained it on
Yeah,
stage.
like I don't want to do all that. That was a lot.
and even he got involved. He wrote a record that actually got at them. So it's like, all right, if somebody fires back at you and eats you alive, you stepped in the fire. So
But he said, look, I don't want to be a part of it after that.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing is I just ran into Cole and had a discussion with him about it 2 days ago.
Really?
Just unexpectedly.
So what did he think, like, where it all ended up?
First thing I said to him after we were just kicking about other stuff, I said, dude, look at the timing of when you said I'm done.
Well, I mean, as a hip-hop fan, I was kind of killing him, being like, you can't bow out of the battle and take it down. You got to battle. And then everyone's like, you were the smartest fucker in the whole room.
He got heat and he got, well, that's cold. He's not that battle rapper. Yeah. So, but to do the shooter record, and then everybody starts saying, Kendrick, man, you're quiet. It's too late. It's been so many months, and you haven't said anything. It's over. And all of a sudden, he just came out firing, and back to back.
I mean, he like resurrected the whole West Coast. Yeah. I mean, it went beyond just that battle.
And Drake can't be mad. I mean, when he did back to back, getting that Meek Mill, the club. This is not even a record that he released as a record, and once it put up on streaming, it was streaming or not, every club was playing back to back. And when the females start singing it too,
that's when you know.
You're in.
That's when you knew.
They were singing back to back.
She was listening to Not Like Us, and she was like, "Oh, I didn't know this was like a bop." And I was like, "Oh, Drake is fucked." if she's gonna be singing that and dancing that, he is fucked.
Back to back,
same way.
It had every club rocking in every state, and I was there to witness going to clubs and like, wow, this record is that big, and it was a Meek Mill diss. So
it's tough when you're on the wrong end of that.
So you gotta be able to take it, when it's done to you, and just keep on pushing.
Speaking of battles, I told Mark that OAR needs to do a versus against like Dispatch or another jam band, right?
I love it.
OAR versus Dispatch.
I love it. I've tried. I've been at radio stations and just been like pick on one of my friends, be like, Matt Nathanson, man, that dude doesn't know shit. And I'll call him out and be like, Matt, say some shit. And no one picks up on it.
Battle's good for business, man.
So, we'll keep trying.
I don't think there's a producer alive that could beat you, Preem, in a battle. Who do you think would go? Who do you think would give you the biggest run for your money?
I mean, I remember when I did the verses during the pandemic before it got even blew up. It was just. You go live and you do it. Obviously, I didn't want to do it just because me and P Rock have done battles before and toured with it. I wanted to do it with Dr. Dre, and I was like, he's not gonna say yes. And then
why not?
Dre knows when to say yes and when not to say yes. I'm comfy. I'm happy. I'm not doing that. I get a call from Swiss Beats and Timbaland together, and they're like, "You won't do it?" I'm like, "No." I said, "If Dre says yes, I'll do it." Then he says, "What if RZA did it with you?" I said, I'll do it. Yeah. We did it. Everything happens. I called Dre. I can't even remember why, but I call him, and as soon as he answers the phone, he always goes, "Primo." I said, he said he saw the verses. I said, man, I really wanted to do it with you, which is why I didn't even want to do it at all. He goes, "Oh, I would have done it." I'm like, motherfucker.
Can we make that happen?
Oh, it's definitely not happening now.
No, why not?
I mean, I did mine already. And we did it in the early stages.
When it was the best, by the way. When it was still like
sponsorship and everything.
A real natural thing.
Bigger. They started doing it in big arenas and everything. Mine was just... okay, now press unmute on your phone.
Yeah.
Now aim it a little more this way. And,
that's my claim to fame is I accepted the IG live request from RZA to Primo. And I was like helping out. It was in the pandemic where you couldn't like go anywhere or like you couldn't like visit your mom type shit. So it was just me, Preem, I think, and Ian.
And we're helping RZA.
You just watched that go down.
Oh yeah, I had to get the live for him. Preem was fumbling around the phone.
And I'm helping RZA. I'm like, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
There's a lot of that. Yeah. I remember.
Those are the good old days of that show.
Oh my god, that was
crazy. How many
incredible.
people were watching?
That was 500,000 people.
It was nuts.
I mean, that was I think one of the coolest things it's ever had. And then like when it went on stage, like Jadakiss had that moment with the Locks and Dipset. That was incredible. But for the most part, I feel like the on stage shit did not hit the same way as being trapped at home. I mean, Swiss was literally in his car trying to get like good Wi-Fi because his house was fun. I mean, that stuff.
Like
is,
hip hop continues. They set it. It'll set that genre will set the standard, and then the companies come in and blah, 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 cannibalize it, destroy it. You know what I'm saying? And then it's time for
how can we make this
new,
money? How can we monetize it? Yeah, I remember after your one with RZA, I sat on Spotify painstakingly making a list of all the songs that they made. Like not knowing that like Spotify had that done like immediately, like a billion people were listening to theirs, and I was like, I made a list over here. It's like, yeah, we know, dude. All right, man. Well, I mean, I could bother you with hip hop questions forever, man, but we'll let you get back to whatever you guys are doing next. So,
I mean, I'm dragging Brady, continuing on, and the New York shows are this weekend.
New York's this
continues.
weekend.
Yes.
Oh fuck yeah. Okay.
And so let me just say, so this dude, John Feitelberg, friend first and foremost, amazing person, but he was in our video for our last record, In the Clouds, and he's a dude I said, hey man, I got a big favor. I know like we don't. It's going to take a day of your whole day of your life. Will you please be in this video? Here's the treatment. He writes back, yeah, no problem.
It's the honor of my life. Are you kidding me?
He came like this.
I almost want to thank you. I mean, I don't want to speak for you, but I feel like, I mean, John has all of a sudden just blossomed into this fucking actor.
Oh yeah, no.
On this sketch show he does, Out of Order,
it's
like
amazing.
We've been doing this podcast for like 15 years, and all of a sudden he's like an Academy Award winning actor.
Yeah.
And I really feel like the first, maybe I don't know, but I feel like that music video was kind of like almost jump started things in a way.
It was definitely like you're probably right.
Like all of a sudden he's in front of a camera and he's like acting and moving.
But
like,
rewind even further, they've been so great. Like when you have folks that like support you. They're just there for you, man. I was doing a record release at Sony something, and I'm looking back, and they're standing in the back, like supporting this record release party. That like not a lot of people do record release parties anymore. Right. But he had this hat on, and I walked up. I said, "You're gonna be a movie star." I just know it. And look at him, bro. He's a damn movie star, man.
He is.
First of all, the support. Fucking chill out with that, dude.
We got invited to your album release party.
But you showed up. Like, no one else invited you. Showed up,
bro. If I showed you my senior page from high school, there's an embarrassing amount of OAR quotes on that. So wherever you ask me to be, I'll be there whenever.
Bro, listen, the love is both ways. You guys have been amazing to us. I know, and shouts to Nate. Wherever Nate is,
the dog.
Man. The Nate dog for life.
I just found out he smoked a Q-tip when he was on.
Yeah, we took him too. We take people. We were at the Pier 17. He was talking shit. He was in the bus after the show. I'll fucking go on tour. I don't give a shit.
That's a good name.
Hey,
That's a great name.
I don't fucking care. I'll fucking go on tour. He's getting more and more wasted. And we're like, oh, cool. Here's this, and just like piling shit onto him. You don't do this to people. This is not allowed. It's not even legal. And he's talking shit. I'm good. And then the engines kick on. He doesn't notice. The bus is, and I'm like, oh shit, he doesn't know. And we're like, take him. And we start driving to North Carolina.
Yeah, it wasn't like just a show down the road. It was a fucking 5 states away.
I go to the front of the bus to talk and say, yeah, we can go. Go ahead. I come to the back of the bus. He's in the back. Going like this. And I'm like, Nate. He's like, ugh. I go, that's a fucking Q-tip, man. He's like, I'll fucking go on tour. I don't give a shit. And the next day he wakes up in North Carolina, and I don't know if people were very happy with his not showing up to work.
You couldn't hear you could show up.
Well, he had to write his way out of it. I know he had to deliver a couple blogs.
Yeah. No, I remember the call where he's just like, you can tell he's in bed. He's like, I think I'm in North Carolina. It's like, yeah, I know you're in North Carolina.
Shanghaied him, dude.
Yeah. I was like, that's literally kidnapping.
Yeah, but
OAR human traffickers.
Don't hang out with us.
Well, I'm coming to Red Rocks, so hopefully I can.
This hang is going to be crazy. I'm so excited that
I've never been. I'm so excited.
Red Rocks, I've never been either. It looks like a
it's
another planet.
It's like to play.
Is it?
I mean, the memories are crazy. You show up even in the morning when everyone's running up and down the stairs. It's like it's a public park.
Oh,
so he's working out.
A hip hop venue. A lot of hip-hop
we did Smoking Grooves there, so it was Busta Rhymes and the Flip Mode Squad, Public Enemy, Cypress Hill, Gangstar. We brought MOP and Freddie Fox with us. Who else was on it? the Black Eyed Peas were a new group that were more almost like a jazz rap.
Yeah, I remember that.
They had a band, and Maya was on it, Wyclef. This is when and they brought Cannabis with them, so that's when Second Round Knockout came out. When that was a good one when him and LL were going at it. So he was on the tour, and that's how me and Alchemist got cool, because he was the roadie for Cypress Hill.
That's wild.
Yeah, there's a segment where
he's another great one.
Oh yeah.
Who's your favorite producer?
I have a few. I'm a big fan of Larry Smith, because he did all the early Run DMC and Houdini records. So that was our, read the back of it, everything said Larry Smith.
Yeah.
Marley Marl is like my all-time favorite, because he really revolutionized sampling, and took it to just a different level of understanding the science of that. So he's my number one.
How does that even work? Like when you're thinking of a chorus that you're gonna like scratch, this lyric, that bar, that like, you have that in your head already?
Sometimes it's based off of what they say in the rhyme or the name of the song.
Yeah.
And since I'm a DJ, I always feel like a DJ mind is a little more intensive, because I produce and DJ.
Yeah.
I'll just start hearing, so and so said that in a rap, and I'll run to it and be like, did he say that? And I'll try it. I'm like, yeah, he did. Okay, save that. Now it's like, does it go first, second, third, fourth? But just save it, or see where it feels good in an 8-bar gap.
Yeah.
And I'll just start kind of just looking, and then I'll just think of other stuff like, damn, so-and-so said this. Because that's how DJs, being that we have a battle mentality, we remember a lot of rhymes.
Yeah. So it is just something like so for like Nas is like, you're thinking like, I'm a rebel. You just have that.
Nas is was actually more put together, because I just kept hearing him saying on It Ain't Hard to Tell, Nas is like an Afrocentric Asian, half man, half amazing. And I was like, ooh, that Nas is like would be kind of dope to do, because he don't have a record called Nas is like. So I made that the main thing to work around. And then I told him, meet me at the studio. I got this idea called Nas is like, I think this might be it. And everybody else had already had a single. Q-Tip had a single with One Love. P-Rock had The World Is Yours. Large Professor had several with Halftime and Barbecue and Ain't Hard to Tell. And I never had a single with him. I would always have cuts on the album.
Yeah.
Even on Illmatic, no singles. And then he's like, yo, yours is going to be the first single to launch my second album. I mean, my third I Am.
Yeah.
It was on was that the third or fourth? Because Nostradamus.
No, I think
so. Nostradamus was after the third album. Yeah.
How do you react to like the Illmatic being named, the greatest hip hop album?
Man, it's crazy.
How many songs do you have on that?
3. Yeah, and in the Library of Congress.
Yeah.
All of that
so how
stuff.
does that? I mean,
it's just one of the best feelings, and let you know, keep doing it.
It's crazy. It's so timeless, because like I said, so much rap has changed. But if like that song, that album, I feel like you can listen to.
I mean, there was a moment where I crashed my mom's minivan when I was 16, and then my poor dad, who had like his business had this Infiniti Q45, and like somehow I had to get to school because I destroyed her car, and he had to get a ride to work, and I ended up with his car, and that line Q45 Infinite, and I was like, I thought I was the hardest dude ever. But the story is, I crashed my mommy's minivan, and my daddy's Infiniti Q45 I had to drive. Sky's the limit, you know what I mean?
I got to tell Nas that.
That's very funny. I went on. Do you know the Road podcast, Reflections of a DJ? Do you know those guys?
No.
It's DJ Neva and Crooked, and it's a DJ podcast,
right?
And I was talking with I think it was Goldfinger. I was talking to DJ Goldfinger, and he was explaining to me that Illmatic was almost the first time that multiple producers from like different camps kind of came together.
Yeah.
Is that really like the first album that happened? So you were just kind of producer for your guy, Pete Rock.
Yeah,
he's doing his thing.
Large Professor, to me, Large Professor is the DJ Premier to Nas. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that's his point and only guy. And because I used to hang around Large Professor before Nas was out. And he's the one that told me, he said, man, I got this new guy called The Rapper. Because at that time, he was called The Rapper Nas. Yeah, because Queens guys do that,
now?
like
Oh,
Rappernoid. You know, everybody puts rapper. If you're from Queens, they would say rapper and then their MC name. And he said, and I got this guy Akinelli, and I was like, Akinelli, like the name, we never heard of it. Next thing you know, he said, yo, the record's done. Check out what we did. And it's a posse. And posse cuts were a new thing, which we give that to Marley Marl, because when he did the symphony with Craig G and Big Daddy Kane and Cool G Rap and Master Ace, all of a sudden every artist was like, we got to do a crew cut, like scenario.
Right.
Everybody.
Yeah, it's almost like you broke the seal, and it was like, oh wait, we can all do shit with each other. It doesn't have to be this duo, this group.
Marley set that off, and then all of a sudden, you got Buddy with the whole Native Tongues with De La and Queen Latifah and all of them, and so that's how Dwick was put together. We got to do a posse cut, and that's how the barbecue record was to put Nas and Akinelli on, and when he played that, it just shot around the world immediately. Yeah. And then from there, it was just, when he got a deal, Large Fest was like, I need to get all y'all together to do this album with Nas.
And that's his debut album, and like, you didn't know about him? Or like, you just heard Large Fest co-signed him?
Not until Large Fest told me, yeah.
And so his debut album, he gets beats from all you guys, fucking smokes it like to perfection.
Yep. Because after Barbecue, he did Halftime, and Zebrahead came out, the movie with Michael Rappaport. So Michael Rappaport's a diehard head. He knows his hip hop. So we didn't know who Michael Rappaport was, but we saw the movie. Yeah. So when we saw the Zebrahead movie and Halftime was the theme song for that, then all of a sudden Back to the Grill with MC Serch and Chubb Rock, and Chubb Rock was a big deal at the time. Then he got the deal. And after that record, all of a sudden Nas was just the talk of the town.
Yeah, man, rock music be that cool? So like, I was hanging out with Yellow Card, and we were talking about.
Dude, that's what's so funny about hip hop aging. I've been saying this for like a couple years now. Hip hop aging is so funny because it's the first time that you were seeing these guys 50, 60 years old. You're becoming a father, a grandfather. You have families. But all your music is still inherently cool. Yes. Like it's never not going to be cool to be on a preem track talking about what you're talking about, So it's aging in a funny way where it's like, but it is funny to hear like the new kids be like, that shit's lame. And I'm like, no, it's not. Like, fucking listen, dude. You listen to this beat. Listen to these lyrics. This is not lame. I don't care how old it is, Yeah. So you're not gonna ever have that street cred, man. Sorry.
No, it's not gonna happen. I'll keep trying.
Yeah, but you have a primo beat.
Yes.
How many rock artists have a primo beat, man?
My debut.
It's been literally the dream. I told you, dream collaboration beyond, right? So we know when we played it at night, it comes from the right place, and that's what we all agree on, is that the real shit is about collaboration, being in the room, bands, groups of friends, being in the place, being there. It's not on the internet. It's not on the Zooms. It's not on. We've learned that.
Yeah.
We
be present.
We love to be present, and that's hopefully this song reminds people that. I think it does, because they're singing along every single night.
It does incredibly so.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's a good sing along for sure.
So happy, man.
Well, we appreciate all you guys coming through.
Thank you very
great.
much, gentlemen.
Thanks
so
absolute
much.
blast.
Yes,
Thank
you.
Love you guys. Appreciate it. Thanks so much.
Love you guys, man.
Love you too, man.
Yeah. All right, thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe, like, and leave a comment below. Click that button.
Or I'll cut off my finger.